Alright, fingers crossed here, but looks like we are back live. I'm hoping with no technical difficulties. Praying to Paylor.
I don't think Paylor is good for that though. He can heal you though.
He can heal my face after I smashed it against my keyboard repeatedly in frustration.
Sounds good.
Okay, so you guys are hearing me right now, you guys being the players, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, I'm fairly certain the stream can hear us as well. So I believe we left off, Rekt had opened the second door. Again, he has this feeling of the room being rather large, but I don't believe he's carrying a life source of his own. Correct me if I'm wrong there. So I think he's waiting for someone with a light to come forward to illuminate the area.
That would definitely help. He calls out for Coltaine.
Alright. I'm coming.
If I recall correctly, when we were in that other room with the 4 pools of different liquids, the red one smelled like brimstone or something, you said?
I don't believe I said brimstone.
In that case, I don't know why that word is stuck in my head.
Also, could you give me control of Nima?
Absolutely. There you are.
Alright, so Coltaine pushes into the room past wreckage.
Wreckage?
Wrecked, whatever his name is. And Nima follows.
Before you is a scene torn from the abyss. You stand on a small stone platform overlooking 2 large pools of blood. A stone walkway divides the room and sits just above the surface of the pools. On opposite sides of the room, large bronze statues of snarling minotaurs face each other. Each minotaur statue holds a long, barbed whip, as if about to strike. A smaller minotaur statue stands beside each of the doors leading into this place. Flanking the large statue on the far side of the room are 2 pedestals that rise out of the blood. On one pedestal rests a grey, dagger-sized blade. On the other rests a matching hilt.
So that's where we find our dagger.
So
I'm guessing.
Something peculiar with the light here, actually. Is a sunrod 20 squares?
It's supposed to be, isn't it?
Okay, I thought it was more than that. So...
It's either 20 or 40. I'll double check.
We don't see the dagger or the hilt.
Alright, so the 2 facing minotaur statues are these 2, the ones with the barbed whips. The other 2 smaller ones are there. Pools of blood. There's 1 pedestal there, and 1 over here. Let's say that there's enough ambient light cast that you can just make it out in the darkness. Steps descend into the blood. Rise up, descend, descend. Though you probably can't see these from your angle. And yeah, other doorway.
With that much blood around here, and I take it's liquid blood, right?
It's all congealed.
It's like not like, you know, congealed blood.
Vapor blood?
It's a blood pool, right? Not a blood mat.
Do you think we can wait until it solidifies and then we can sort of squelch into it? Well, I'm guessing that all we need to do is swim across the pools of blood, grab those two conspicuously placed artifacts, and nothing will stop us on the way out.
Is Winter able to cross over this stuff that's in front of him?
Yes, that's just rubble.
Oh, okay. So Winter joins the group.
Hey Winter, check out all this blood.
Is it solid or is it liquid?
Oh, you know, I was just thinking about that. It turns out it's liquid.
Because it looks like it could be a mat, but it's probably a pool.
Well, it's definitely not vapor. I'll tell you that.
You can smell it though. It smells like blood.
It's true. Blood has a smell. Well done, Winter. Your perception, as usual, is incredible.
So what are we doing here? Turn around, go back?
Yeah.
You have to drink it all? Is it a skill challenge?
No. We need to impress the blood with feats of strength.
We're just gonna bench press the blood.
In any case, Winter, all joking aside, we need to get those two things over there. The daggery blade thing and the hilt. Since we need that for our ritual that we're here to do. Well, we're not really here to do, but, you know, that we're gonna do anyway. Because it's something we could do. That's how it works, right?
Are we gonna have to fight those minotaurs as soon as we pick something up?
Well, that would be too obvious. I'm sure there will be no resistance to us grabbing those artifacts and heading back.
Oh, in that case, send Corvus.
Corvus, you don't mind swimming through pools of blood, do you? Sort of typical training for someone like you, right?
Would blood behave like a non-Newtonian fluid?
No, because it's not a non-Newtonian fluid.
Could be.
I don't think it could. Well, I mean, if we're talking about some fantasy blood, sure, but this appears to be regular humanoid blood.
You just have to believe, Winter. Just have to believe.
If I might read from Wikipedia. Many salt solutions in modern polymers are non-Newtonian fluids, as are many commonly found substances such as ketchup, custard, toothpaste, starch, suspensions, paint, blood, and shampoo.
Blood is a non-Newtonian fluid, no kidding. Sorry, wait, yeah, is it non-Newtonian?
Non-Newtonian.
Yeah, that's surprising.
I did seem to remember reading this before.
Well, okay, I apologize. So in that case, if you run across it fast enough, you won't sink in, right?
Yes.
This is where the 3rd edition monk would really come in handy. With boots of sliding and springing, by level 10 you could achieve like 100 feet per round as a move action.
But I guess we're gonna assume it's magical blood and we can't actually do this. I don't even know if you could do it with blood. It really depends on physics.
Well, regardless, I don't think any of your medieval age fantasy characters know anything about non-Newtonian liquids, so...
Winter just happened to grow up in a forest next to a lake of custard, so...
Not a lake of shampoo.
No.
Not ketchup. Because I mean ketchup, blood's kind of the same color. That would have been perfect training for this.
No.
Okay, so... Corvus, how are you when it comes to swimming?
Dave, you remember that you're controlling Corvus, right?
And in true to taking on John's character, Dave has fallen asleep.
Did Dave go AFK at some point?
He checked in when you restarted the stream, didn't he? And then he walked into the room.
Does he just have a mouthful of food or something?
Oh, a mouthful of something.
Non-Newtonian ketchup.
Shampoo.
Ha! Hooray, Corvus. Okay, well...
Well, there's one easy way to see if Corvus can swim, right?
To push him into the water. Oh, blood.
Alright, Coltaine looks at Winter and says, let's do it. He won't do it on his own.
Okay. Where is he?
And they grab a hold of Corvus and start dragging him into the room.
He's strangely
wait.
unresistant.
Hold on. Does Corvus offer any resistance? No, I guess not.
Feet first? Face first? The old arms and legs swing on 3 thing?
Oh yeah, arms and legs, swing on 3.
So is it on 3, or is it after 3?
I think it's 1, 2, 3, and then go.
Okay.
Actually, that's too much. Let's do it on 3. 1, 2, and then 3.
Do we need to roll anything?
I presume you're rolling Corvus. You just toss him
we're
down
tossing.
the steps?
Should we shift over and just avoid the steps?
That's a good idea. We don't want to hurt him on the steps, right?
No.
We're considerate people.
If he bumps his head, he might drown.
That would be terrible. Alright. On 3.
Okay.
1, 2,
3! Splash! Oh god.
Question. How tall is Corvus?
He's human size, like somewhere between 5.5 to 6 feet.
Or beyond 6 feet?
Slightly beyond 6 feet, maybe.
I believe D&D describes humans as being 5'8" to 6'2" or something.
Right, so how tall is he precisely?
4'7".
We don't know.
Alright, going with 4'7" then.
Wait.
Coltaine, I never noticed how short he was until we threw him into the blood.
It's the way he stands. He's very poised.
Yeah, it's funny that. Do you think he'll be coming back up soon?
So, Wintier and Coltaine dump Corvus into the pool of blood. Does Corvus try to swim or tread water?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, Corvus quickly re-emerges. However...
Paluca Jim said 4'3". I think that'd be better. Cause he's someone's son, right? So... he could actually be like 13.
We'll just retroactively correct every time you ever said a man and replace with a boy.
Well then again, it was the old medieval times, right? Didn't boys become men at like 12?
Yeah. Or Corvus probably became a man when he was in prison.
Maybe Lord Padrick's wife smoked too many cigarettes or something. Or, I don't know, did drugs. And he's just stunted.
Malnourished?
Malnourished, that could be it.
Alright, we're gonna need everyone to roll initiative now.
Oh my god! Do I get a +2, right?
Yep, because we're completely surprised, but Coltaine is still there to inspire you. Winter, I don't know why, but be ready for something. And everyone else too.
Usually when throwing a colleague into a pool of blood, one tends to be on their guard. Winter gets a 14.
Coltaine gets a 9 and Nima gets a 10.
So I see Dave is back. You're back, right, Dave?
Yeah, I'm back
So
now.
just to quickly catch you up, Corvus was thrown into the pool of blood, and he is now 4'7".
4'3". We're going with the viewers, I think.
I think
Wait.
4'3" is kind of stretching credibility, though.
Okay.
What do you mean he's 4'7"?
He became short.
Well, to be fair, we never really knew how tall he was.
Yeah, that's my question. How did we know? It's like, is that...
He became what he always was, we just didn't know it until now.
It's like Schrodinger's height.
Yeah, I'd
Wait, does that
accept 4'3" if he had some kind of war injury, like the dad in King of the Hill who had his like knees shot off or something. But John would have had to have mentioned some sort of grotesque deformity like that.
Wait, that means that if Rek goes into the pool, he's gonna get really short.
No, he was short before he went into the pool.
It's not like the blood of shrinkage.
Well, we don't know what's happening yet. That's why we're rolling initiative. So Dave, I think you rolled, right?
Yeah, Rek gets a 19, Corvus gets a 9.
Oh man, Danny DeVito's 5 foot. So he's shorter than Danny DeVito.
Alright, Wrecked is up first.
Well, Rek doesn't want to get shorter, so he actually... Well, actually, no, he'll stay where he is and just shrug.
Alright, Wintier.
Wait, so Wintier is just mysteriously on his guard now, for no apparent reason?
Someone just fell in a pool of blood and it seemed like he was drowning for a moment.
So, wait, I have to twin strike Corvus? You gotta do what you gotta do. Wintier will ready a twin strike, presumably against the statue once it becomes animated. Probably throw its whip. Actually, could I mark it as my quarry now? And then ready a twin strike?
Sorry, come again? What are you marking as your quarry?
I guess the nearest statue.
Which would be what, this?
Oh, I didn't even notice that one. Yep, I guess that one.
Someone falls in a pool of blood, Winter Sunny thinks, oh god, that statue. I'm watching you.
It's a dungeoneering reflex. And so, Winter readies a twin strike. Against any hostiles, presumably statues.
Wintier stands at the ready, poised to strike. Because something
Poised
ominous...
to twin strike.
Alright. It is then that this statue here begins to articulate. All of a sudden, it just swings, rotating at the hips. The legs appear to be static, but the upper body whirls about, the arm articulating as well. And the barbed whip lashes out in a huge arc. Corvus is struck, Wintier is struck, Nima is struck. Rekt and Massimo, however, managed to dodge under this barbed
Yeah.
whip.
That's because I'm just short.
Wait a second. The whip hits Corvus and Nima?
Yep.
Wouldn't Corvus have cover from the stairs?
How far down is the blood? And that's ridiculous.
Yeah, actually, how does it hit Nima? Whip physics.
It's not just whipping around in a single... It's not just spinning around like a...
Like a fan?
Right.
Like a spinning thing?
Right, it's articulating and whipping it...
So it's individual, potentially overhand whippings at each individual target.
Well, it might be a couple that... No, I wouldn't say it's one per individual. Just that the whip is long enough to be able to flail through the air in S-pattern.
Alright, sure. Whatever you say. There's a pool of non-coagulated blood, and there's a whip-wielding minotaur statue that can somehow hit people in hallways and stuff. It's... yeah. It's fantasy.
I'm not really sure what the
Is
issue is
this
with
the
hitting
real
Nima.
life?
She's right there. She's got clear line of sight.
No, it's just, I was imagining an arc, and if it was one stroke that hit everyone, then it would have been kind of weird.
So, Corvus, Wintier, Nima, and Rekt are all struck for 9 damage. And as the barbs dig into you, you're also pulled.
Wait, I thought you said Rekt was not hit.
Right. Yes, so only Corvus, Wintier, and Nima. Does Wintier take his ready to action? Well, I guess he has no choice, so go ahead.
Yeah. It's a 23 for 11 and 25 for 6.
Both arrows strike the statue.
Well, I hit it. And it
Well
hit
done,
me.
Wintier. You hit a giant statue with some arrows.
Is it that one, CJ?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, as you're pulled, you are also knocked prone. So, Corvus is back under. Which is possibly good. Massimo follows Winter's lead and hurls an eldritch blast at the statue. But it appears ineffective. Nima.
Nima stands up. And says, "What the heck are we supposed to do against a giant statue?" And she I don't know, backs out of the room. She doesn't have convenient ranged weapons, and she doesn't want to swim in the blood.
Corvus. Oh, right, so Corvus, in fact.
Drinks a bit more?
Well, I presume Corvus has never actually bathed in blood. So, I don't know what he'd be comparing this to, but this doesn't quite feel the way he imagines blood.